passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me, checking me, but his game is kinda weak, and I know that he cannot approach me, 'cause I'm looking like glass and he's looking like trash. Can't get with a deadbeat ass, so no, I don't want your number, no, I don't wanna give you money, no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere, no, don't want none of your time, no. you love to hate. Andrew Anderson spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I'll bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain. Well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. Hard rock in my veins, rebellious to the core. I won't back down, won't take it anymore. The bad guy of the podcast world, that's me. Unleashing the truth, setting it all free. Unleashing the truth.
Welcome to College Sports Villains, the podcast, man. We have a good show for you tonight. A little off season of football, so we got a little baseball to talk about, not a lot, a little basketball, but you know, our bread and butters in college football, and I got some topics I want to talk about. Shout out to my sweet new Shawn Michaels shirt. Yeah, you know you like it. You know it. Yeah, thank you, buddy. You know who I'm talking to. All right, so without further ado, let's get to our first co-host.
Right in my cup, in my hand, oh, from my youth.
Unleashing the lions resting within. So follow me into the depth of this reflection. Follow me. The journey starts with who you are. And I'm dying while I'm dreaming. And I'm dying to rise with the beat.
James.
What's good, baby?
Man, look, I've been looking forward to this all day. I had to get up early. That's all right. I feel good. I ain't worried about it. It's going to be a great day, brother. I got some topics that we're going to talk about. What you think about the shirt?
Oh, awesome shirt, my man. Prime
Man.
Shawn Michaels right there.
Hey, man, you know that's my dude right there, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
GOAT. The GOAT. Love it. We got a lot of topics, but let's introduce our next co-host, and then we'll wait on the last one and we'll get started.
Terminate the fate, keep you safe in the arms of the snow witch. Your shivering eyes glass, smiling waters are free. Draw the boundaries you're not seen. The darkness of your soul.
What's going on, Emily?
The usual, the little boy's torturing me.
That sounds about right. So this is a great part of villains right here. The boy torturing Emily.
I don't want to go there.
Yes, that's what I'm here for.
You back in
What's going on, buddy? AC. Hi.
I hear your Siri asking, huh?
Every time we say AC, James, our phones go, huh? It thinks we're saying, hey, Siri, but I guess because we're so country.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's what it is. We're all country.
Well, I mean, Chris is, definitely. So, without further ado, you know, Chris, I want to make you a new intro, but I like that one so much for you. I don't know why.
I like it. It's the gold. It's the stars. The stars go with Andy. I'm happy with it.
I'm good with it too, because it just feels like Chris when I watch it. Like Chris is coming on the screen when I see anything that's Vandy. So,
yeah, I think it feels right.
So I want to do one thing real quick. Hold on, I need to move this up top because if I don't, I won't be able to get it right. And I want to show y'all something before we get started. Hold on one second. I just want to remind everybody, this Saturday, don't tell me what happens with the Royal Rumble, but 100% watch James do the Royal Rumble live stream. 45.8 thousand people last time, so I'm excited about what this could be this time.
Hell yeah, dude.
So Chris, I don't know if you know, but James did No Mercy last week, and he was supposed to text me when it was time for the conference championship games. So he texts me, and I get on and I see it. I'm like, all right, I'm driving home. I'm gonna do the predictions, and all of a sudden he starts playing the intro, and it kicks me out of the thing. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I'm texting him. He's like, literally sitting here looking at the screen trying to figure out what happened.
I'm like trying to stop the shit from happening. I'm like, I turn into Ricky Bobby. I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. How do I stop this?
Right.
And even funnier because he's like, we're going to take our final commercial break. We'll come back and do the conference champion. Mm-hmm. And then he hits the outro. And then Mac just bounces. He's like, fuck it. That's the outro. Just leaves him.
What's even crazier is we did a half hour. We did the whole show recap in like a half hour. And we got up to like, what, damn near 200 viewers?
No, we did a 30-minute recap after because we went back live because we wanted to finish it, me and James. We had 253 live viewers by the 30-minute span was over.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. James is wildly popular in case y'all haven't noticed out there in internet land. Like he is by far the most popular figure on Villains, and we love him for it. Always glad to have you on the show. And
yeah, man, always glad to be here.
Oh, I know you are. I always try to get on your show too, anytime I can, and it's been a lot the last couple weeks, so that's really cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
So, so I did find out that Monday, Brandon has to work long, so he won't be there for Legends of the Squared Circle. But I'm going to ask this guy right here if he will join us because I got a hunch that he'll be freed up that day.
So, what day is it?
Monday night.
I probably have a live show that night.
Do you?
I believe so because there is some breaking news with my other show, the Golden Boot Podcast. Tomorrow will be the last day of the Golden Boot Podcast. We are going back to our roots and rebranding as the Golden Broom Podcast, which is what we started out as, with a heavy feature on college baseball. And it's just going to be me and Cody with an occasional guest named Randy Jowers.
Just them two.
Yep.
Also, I have it on good authority that show is going to be on Tuesday.
I hadn't been told that yet, but that may be possible.
I was told that Tuesdays was going to be a perfect day by somebody very close to the Golden Boot. Okay. So, the Golden Broom, I'm sorry, the Golden Boot dies tomorrow, and the Golden Broom will be high-fiving their new brothers. So,
yes.
So, breaking news.
and there is a possibility of that show coming on the Villains Network. We haven't made the final decision yet, but it is in the final two choices that we are choosing between. And I can tell you with some certainty that we haven't heard from the other one in a couple weeks, and probably leaning more towards Villains.
Well, I approve any kind of brooms here.
That's great. I'm sending you a message, Chris.
I got you.
All right, so Cam, we love you, Cam. Anytime you want to guest host, Cam, we'd love to have you on, man. You and James on the same show. We already told you how we felt about that. What we want going on there. So, anytime.
Hell yeah, brother. Fucking on terminal leave finally, and I'm getting out.
So that is awesome. I'm excited for you. But before we go any further, I want to scan this right here. It'll stay up on the screen for a minute while we talk. Join my YouTube. Lots of new stuff coming. There's breaking news coming for Villains. It's a huge new deal with the Villains, and I'm excited. So I need you to be on my YouTube. It's important. We're still gonna run everything through the Villains Facebook page, USC Fan 981 at X. Don't get me wrong, but YouTube is going to be a special focus point with a lot of exclusive content coming out there. So I need you all to scan this and join my YouTube right now. Like, you do not want to miss out. So while we're doing that, I want to play FAFO.
Oh boy.
Number 1. Are you ready?
Go.
Raining is this entertaining?
So the dude pulls out his wallet aggressively. Everybody thinks they're fitting to get shot. That was awesome.
Raining is this entertaining?
Now, dude up at the top sees what he thinks is pulling a gun at somebody and bum rushes the guy from 15 yards out. Like, that's some bravery or buffoonery.
Oh my god.
It looked like he clocked him in the head as he's taking his helmet off too.
I mean, yeah, he was. I mean, but that's bravery or buffoonery. Like, you're
Yes.
15 yards away, brother. You don't run at somebody with a gun 15 yards away, because I promise you, me, I can get it on you in 2.
Oh yeah.
100% ready to go. 2 seconds. Done.
Well, side note, he must have been in New Jersey or Oregon, because you can't even pump your own gas in either of those 2 states.
That's true. That's crazy talk too.
Really?
Yeah. You have to be full service. It's a law.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they'd bring it back.
I was in Oregon for a skinny minute. No, that's crazy talk. In America, you should have the freedom to pump your gas or have somebody pump it for you if the company wants to.
Oh hell yeah! Even the person who worked at the gas station, she's like, "Yeah, you can't do that. We have to pump it for you." I'm like, "Look, I lived in Chicago for 15 years. I'm so used to pumping my own gas."
So, as I was growing up, it used to be if you pulled into a gas station, they'd have a service tech come out. You'd tell them how much you wanted in gas, like, give me $5. They'd pump your gas, and while the gas was pumping, they'd wash your windows, and if you needed to, they'd even check your oil for you.
So that was still like that when I was little too. Yeah, it
Same.
was. But
I love it. I miss it.
But you could also pump your own gas when I was little, but it was a choice when I was little. You could there was full service island and a self-service island. That's how it was when I was growing up.
Oh yeah.
So, it was really cool to have somebody do that, but the cost is too much just to pay one person to go out there. Like, it would cost a lot, and to have the skill to know how to do the oil and all that, bro. You have to pay somebody some money for that.
Oh hell yeah.
Here's the funny part. Back then, gas was like 75 cents to 80 cents a gallon, at most $1 a gallon. And now you got to pump your own, and you're paying almost $3 a gallon for it. I'm like, something's wrong with this math here. It should be cheaper, right?
So, before we get to the first subject, something I want to ask, just because you brought that up. I want to play a game. How much did gas cost when you first started driving? I want to start with you, Emily. You're on mute.
You said that was Mom. That you can't say that word. No.
I said, shit, I don't remember. I want to say I remember $1.
$1?
I want to say it, but I'm pretty sure.
That's probably about right. And I'll tell you why when I get to mine. You're only a few years, 6 years younger than me. James, how much was gas?
The fuck if I know. I was living in Illinois at the time, and shit. I can't even remember how much gas was when I started driving.
Damn, that's crazy. Chris.
76 cents a gallon. And I remember as recently as 1999 it being less than $1 a gallon.
So it wasn't 99, but it was close because when I first started driving in 1995, it was 78 cents a gallon. So yeah, it was pretty close. It's crazy how close it was between my time and your time. Nothing really went up under Reagan. That's one thing that I will say for him. He was very company friendly, allowed them to keep costs down, and that was the basis of a lot of his economic upturn. And it really worked. Deregulation works. The problem is some people you can't trust not to harm other people through scandalous tactics, which is why we have to have checks and balances, which sucks because it makes costs go up. I wish people could just be trustworthy, but I get it. I get it.
In fact, I remember in 99 it was less than $1 a gallon, and then 2000 it was still the same, and then 2001 it almost doubled in cost and got up to like $1.87, and people were freaking out because gas was so high.
So in 1998, gas went up to the national average of $1.74 a gallon, going up from 80 cents a gallon, in the largest increase in American history. So 1998, it went up like that.
Okay.
The point is they were doing some dirty stuff and needed to make more money.
Yeah.
That's the point. It went. How's it going to jump up $1 after being 70 cents in the 70s and 80s? Anyway, we're not here for that show.
Right.
It just pissed
It's interesting though.
So I will tell you, I paid in taxes this year by myself, and my wife has seen my W-2. I paid in taxes by myself 1/4 income taxes, 1/4 of my salary. 25% is what the Biden administration was taxing us on income.
Jesus Christ.
25%. It's a fact. I have it. I have it on my W-2s. 1/4 of my paycheck was paid in taxes. 25%.
But does that include your Social Security, Medicare stuff?
Yes.
Okay. That makes a whole lot more sense. I'm like, just in taxes. Oh man, this steep.
That's still
but
income.
When you add the Social Security, Medicare stuff in, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
$23,000 though, Chris. That's crazy talk.
Jesus.
That's how much I paid. Some people don't even make that in a year.
No.
And I paid that in taxes by myself. Anyway, I'm mad at the government right now is the point here. I don't want to talk politics. Was the point of that? So let's get to our first subject, man. The Way Too Early Top 10, which the Villains Media Network will be releasing their Way Too Early Top 10 next Monday on the College Sports Villains page. And I'll send the graphic to all of y'all so y'all can put it out on your pages too. It's something I kind of want to start doing, like come together and do something like that. And I'll make a graphic and we put it on all our pages. That's really cool. I like that. But what do you think about this, James? The Way Too Early Top 10 for next year.
This is for college football?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see Texas being number one, arguably, but I mean, Ohio State, they're in the national champs for a reason, so it's easy to see why they should have the number one spot. Number two, I could easily see Texas being there, mostly because they're going to be having Arch Manning come in, and it's basically going to be like they never really skipped a beat since Quinn Ewers is going into the draft. Florida at 10, I really don't know. I mean, yeah, they finished the season on a high note and everything, but just the way their season was going in general, it's like,
What's up, Mr. Purple on Twitch? Cameron retirement is sweet, huh? I wouldn't know anything about that. What about you, Emily? You see anything on this graphic that just stands out to you?
Sorry, the boy's yelling at me, asking me where the chocolate milk is.
That sounds about right.
Thank you for the chocolate milk. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it now.
Oh, you put it in the cup.
I don't know what to do with the chocolate milk. He told you put it in the cup. I love it.
Oh gosh, I'm not.
That was great.
I don't see anything that I wouldn't agree with, but like if you take out this year of football, like could you even imagine like 4 of those even on there?
No. And first of all, I just want to say I'm a little perturbed that you would call out my team like that, but they are on here.
How do you know I was talking about your team?
Because I know the 4 teams that you wouldn't put on here. And on top of that, your team is not on here.
Yeah, about that. The boy's trying to kill me.
I see that.
Well, I mean, I guess that's why it does say way too early.
Yes, yeah. But I will tell you, the quote of the day on this show has already been said.
Try.
Put it in the cup. Oh, I love the boy. He's funny. What about you, Chris?
What do I find? What about this one?
Just like what stands out to you?
What are you doing? Daddy's not coming.
I think Florida at number 10 stands out because I absolutely think they're going to be a dangerous team next year.
I agree, by the way.
Ohio State, I think, is high. With as much as they're losing offensively, along with their defensive coordinator, I think number 2 is a stretch.
You're welcome.
But those are the 2 that stick out. Oh, Texas A&M is out of place too.
Right, see mommy.
Ain't no way Texas A&M is a top 10 team.
No, not at all.
So Texas A&M way too high. Ohio State, I think, is overrated in that because of what they're losing. And Florida, I mean, like I said, I expect them to be a dangerous team.
I agree. So I'm looking at this, and I will tell you, Clemson is way too low. Clemson is bringing back 90% of their production, and they hit the transfer portal, addressed all 3 needs that they had. I don't like Clemson either. I hate Clemson. I hate Clemson more than anybody on this panel. But I got to call it as I see it, bro. They're bringing back Cade Klubnik. They're bringing back 95% of everything, plus they addressed what they needed in the transfer portal, and they have another top 15 recruiting class. Clemson's going to be dangerous. They should be higher on this list. But what sticks out to me is 3 of the top 5 are Big Ten teams. Very good, dangerous teams. 5 of the top 10 is SEC. No surprise there. Probably a surprise about who you see in here. You're not used to seeing in South Carolina, but they are that good. And they do have a Heisman candidate quarterback. You've got Texas A&M in the top 10. That's crazy talk, man. Texas A&M doesn't belong anywhere near the top 10. I'm not ready to put Florida in the top 10, although I do think they will be a very good team. Other than that, Texas being number 1 just don't sit right with me after I watched them fizzle out this year. It proved to me they weren't there, and they're not really addressing much in the offseason, actually. So Ohio State beat them soundly in most phases of the game. I wouldn't put Texas number 1. I'd probably have Ohio State number 1. I know Chris don't believe that, but they've already spent another $10 million, and they've still got time to spend more. That's how Ohio State won it this year. It was a recipe for success, and they're just going to duplicate it next year. Even though the Ohio State University did run at a $37 million deficit for their athletics this year. Did y'all see that?
Yes.
$37 million deficit. Now, keep in mind they paid out $21 million to the football players. Keep in mind football itself brought in $90 million, and they still operated at negative 37. Crazy.
So, just being realistic, operating at a $34-35 million deficit for an athletic department is not sustainable no matter who you are. And we know Ohio State and Texas have the largest athletic budgets in the nation. That's not questioned. But when you're losing $35 million a year, something's wrong. And it makes you wonder the return on investment. If you're investing $23 million to buy players, is it really worth it when you're losing $35 million?
So I have a counterpoint to that. The reason I tell you that doesn't matter, because actually the university didn't pay any of them players this year. It was all boosters and it was all businesses. So none of that come out of the players. So you take that out, you're still operating at a $37 million loss. Your football program alone profited $90 million. So what that tells you is every other athletic team that you have there is losing you money hand over fist. So what you're going to see is Texas is starting to drop some sports programs. Like that's about to happen. I mean, Ohio State is going to drop some sports programs.
You almost have to.
You have no choice. You're absolutely right. I mean, running at a $10,000 deficit is not sustainable. Running at $37 million, damn sure ain't.
Right.
So,
and not to brag or anything, but you look at Ohio State losing $37 million, right? Okay, Vanderbilt Athletics just invested $300 million on their facilities, all self-paid and self-funded, not a dime in taxpayer funds, and still making a profit somehow. You know, we're making a profit every year. Of course, being in the SEC helps, getting $45 million every year. But even still, to manage your money good enough to where you can invest $300 million and not go in the hole, that's being a good steward of your money. Hi, James.
The fuck just happened?
He went boom boom.
Well, damn.
And this is yours.
so confused.
What did you do?
I was just hitting the banner and it just did that. Just kicked me out. James, I guess.
Don't touch
I didn't touch a damn thing.
Not that time.
Must have been the witch right here, or my boy Pickle Rick.
It was the broom.
It really could have been either or. I mean, one time I accused James for 4 weeks of deleting Mac's video when all the time it was right there.
You forgot.
I mean, 4 weeks in a row, I'm like, sorry, Mac, can't do an intro. James deleted it. Don't know why he did it. It had to be him. Nobody else has been on here. And then I looked down and I was like, wait a minute, is that it? And I'm like, oh, well, Mac's been here the whole time. So I have no idea how many viewers we have, but before it kicked me out, we were at like 180.
I'm going to buy one.
174 right now, it says.
Okay. Maybe Mom will catch up since it kicked me out.
Hey, babe. I'm going to have to go because I got to get him ready to go get his sister.
Okay. Love you.
Love you.
All right. So, let's, that just threw me off for a big loop there, kicking me out. I was like,
Right.
I was like, did the show just end? Did it just pull a fucking James on me? You know, that I was like, this is not cool. But real quick. I don't know why that just tickles me, but
Oh my god.
that shit would hurt.
Oh hell yeah.
So, how about we do our special ball don't lie moment? I'm gonna look for one of these every week, and a little clip, ball don't lie, and I'm gonna start, of course, with my favorite.
Just short. South Carolina will take. Oh, whoa! First down. Oh, look at Spurrier and the South Carolina folks. They can't believe it, and I don't blame them. What is he looking at? The official, Jeff McConaughey, said it is a first down. And when he did, watch Steve Spurrier come in from the right of your picture and go bananas. Wow. Michigan at the 41. What a hit! Ball's free on the ground. South Carolina deserves to have it, and they do.
Clowney just says, I'll take care of business right here. You give me this long to catch my breath, I'll come off the ball and rock you and get it right back for our offense. It's a power play off the left side, and Clowney ignites himself into the Michigan backfield. How about that quickness and get off?
So, I have a couple comments. First comment's a question. How the fuck do you not block Jadeveon Clowney? In what world does somebody on the line not point at the monster, number 7, who's in the backfield on every play and say, who's got him? There's no leadership on that Michigan offensive line whatsoever. No way Jadeveon Clowney should have came through that quick.
He bursted through that O-line like it was a wet paper bag.
He did.
Oh my god. Dude turned into MJ after that moment. It was like, I took that shit personally.
He did take that personally. And we got and that was cheating. You saw how they cheat. That's the way they've done South Carolina forever.
Mm-hmm.
But what really gets me is like he would have got 3 to 5 years in prison if he hit somebody like that today.
No, he would have gotten 25 to life if that was Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, could you imagine somebody hitting Patrick Mahomes like that?
Bro, Brady was getting hit like that, and man.
I'm telling you right now that, yeah, the league would probably suspend them for 5 games for hitting Patrick Mahomes like that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's like the 85 Bears said. They'd be playing for free with all the fines and suspensions they got. Or they would get because of the physicality that they were playing with.
Won games.
Did. Yeah, I mean, hell, in today's league, shit, they'd be fucking suspended for the entire season for playing like that.
So, you've watched that play probably 1,000 times in your life. I know I've probably watched it 10,000 times. In today's game, Chris, is that a penalty?
Yeah, they're going to call a penalty because dude's helmet came off.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to call him. They're going to flag him for it.
I mean, dude, people's helmets pop off all the time now. You just got to sit out and play.
If they were going to throw it today, they'd call it unnecessary roughness.
What about you, James?
Yeah, I could see an unnecessary roughness kind of penalty, especially with the helmet flying off, and especially with how like fucking soft the NFL has really gotten over the years, and not to mention how the refs are. Like, it's absolute bananas how the refs are even calling some of these penalties, and oftentimes, like, it basically is like, look, you got to. When you see the replay, it's like, okay, that's understandable why the flag would be thrown. But when you see it and it's not a penalty, it's like, are you blinder than Angel Hernandez?
It is the most ref-interpreted rule flag in college football.
Right.
The ref decides. So watch this one more time, and then I'll explain.
Just short. South Carolina will take. Oh, whoa! First down. Oh, look at Spurrier and the South Carolina folks. They can't believe it, and I don't blame them. What is he looking at? The official, Jeff McConaughey, said it is a first down. And when he did, watch Steve Spurrier come in from the right of your picture and go bananas. Wow. Michigan at the 41. What a hit! Ball's free on the ground. South Carolina deserves to have it, and they do.
just says, I'll take care of business right here. You give me this long to catch my breath, I'll come off the ball and rock you and get it right back for our offense. It's a power play off the left side, and Clowney ignites himself into the Michigan backfield. How about that quickness and get off?
So how can you?
Okay, I got it. There would be a penalty on that play.
What is it?
They're going to get number 98 for unnecessary roughness because as dude's laying on the ground, he hits him in the head with the shoulder pad.
So
that'd be the call.
So the penalty on Jadeveon Clowney.
He wouldn't get one, but 98 would.
So he didn't lead with the helmet. He didn't helmet the helmet. He hit him chest to chest, clean as could be. Just it's a clean hit.
Yeah.
But I think they throw the flag for unnecessary roughness. I agree with you. It's a clean hit, but just the impact of that. And they're out there and they say they're here to protect the players. That's a flag 10 out of 10 times for unnecessary roughness.
But like I said, though, I don't think they get Clowney for it. I think they get 98 for it for hitting him in the head while he's on the ground.
I think they both get it at that point.
That'd
I can see both players getting unnecessary roughness, but
Even though it wasn't. But the
yeah,
explosiveness of the play, it was too loud. Like,
They heard that over the TV. Wow.
I mean, look, that's a play that lives in my head rent free. Like every time I see it, I'm just like, what?
What's up, Brad?
Why am I randomly thinking of this fucking moment?
What's up, Terry?
What's good, Terry?
All right, Brad. Terry, check it out. Yeah. Shawn Michaels shirt. So, I want to move on. Actually, we'll go ahead and run our commercial real quick, and then we will go to the next segment. I'm not sure which commercial I want to play first. We'll just run with this one. All right. You're watching College Sports Villains only on the Villain Media Network.
To hate Andrew Anderson, spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast like a punch right to your face. College Sports Villain, taking it over the place. I'll bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain. Well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. Rebellion
they'll leave it with him. Gets it across the 10, a pickup of 5, and out of trouble to the 12.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
And he's running in the open. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. The 20. He's at the 10.
Welcome back to College Sports Villains. Now, Terry bought some yellow wrestling because he's coming for that title.
Hey, you got to go through my boy Pickle Rick here, the smartest scientist in the fucking galaxy, baby. Pickle Rick!
So, he's coming. What y'all think about this? Chris, you go first.
So, you've heard me say for the last year that I didn't think Cade Klubnik was him. However, this will be his senior year. I absolutely think this is the year he puts it all together and makes his mark on Clemson football and college football. I'd have him at number 1. I think Levitt would be number 2, Alar number 3, Lagway 4. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Move Cade Klubnik to the top of the list and move everybody else down 1.
Thank you, sir. All right. So, James, go ahead.
Oh, man. I honestly think that Arch Manning should bump up a few, not for namesake or anything like that. He's been thrown to the lion's den before, and he's shown that he can ball out. But, yeah, I mean, I really have nothing else to say about this list. So,
so I will tell you. So Chris said Cade Klubnik, he put it number 1. I just want to say, I told y'all this was that dude last year. I watched his career being like, I worked 30 minutes from Clemson, y'all. So I see it all. Plus, I grew up. I watched a lot of Clemson. I told you Cade Klubnik was good. And I agree with Chris. This year, he's going to be elite. He put it all together those last 4 games, and you could see he was playing with some confidence. That guy was out there bringing it.
It was that last 4 games was different.
Yeah, he found himself those last 4 games, man. Like he was chunking it 40 yards downfield with precision, accuracy, and confidence.
Yep.
Can't argue with him being at the top of this list. You know, I think it's a pretty accurate list. I think DJ Lagway is a little too high right now. He did show a lot of inconsistency the last couple games. Garrett Nussmeier, I think he's too high on this list personally. You know, Carson Beck, I think he should be higher than Nussmeier and Lagway personally. Because I believe if Carson Beck doesn't get injured, I think Georgia wins it all this year. Like I do. I honestly do.
But haven't we learned about Carson Beck from his former teammates at Georgia saying that his focus isn't where it should be? And with the sideshow girlfriend that he's got, you don't think that takes away from his game?
I'm not arguing any of that. I'm just saying he was the best option they had.
Fair.
Yeah. So, and I think they win it all with him there. So let's go ahead and roll our next FAFO because I found this one, y'all. It's real short. Real short. But probably the most FA of FOs we've ever played. And it does not have a machete. God almighty, that would hurt.
Does it matter or what?
Oh,
Mm.
that would hurt.
That man is either dead or got the wind knocked out of him at
Right.
least.
My question is that a man or a woman? Because if that's a man, that hurts a whole lot different than what it would hurt a woman.
I think it's a man. That imagine horses are. Y'all don't know how big horses are unless you've actually seen one. These things are easily 1,000 pounds.
Oh yeah,
Massive ass animals, bro. Like I've ridden horses. Like they're massive ass animals, and to land on you, and not just land on you, jump up with all their weight and then land on you, like that shit's crazy. Like you would, like it would almost kill you. It really would. I mean, I have no context. Once again, there's no context in it. It was just a video from, I don't even remember what the seat was. But crazy talk. The horse did have a. He did. The horse is okay. He got him around. By the way, shout out to the 334 people watching right now. Like, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Hell yeah. Appreciate each and every one of y'all, man.
That the shows on the Villain Media Network are just booming. Absolutely love it, man. Like the word's getting out there, and I appreciate it. I would like to see more comments from some of you, but I get it. You're probably watching it on your TV, on YouTube, or whatever. We appreciate it. I hear now that Facebook said that they have something like 10 million people that watch Facebook Lives on their TV. So this is becoming a trend, watching your social media videos on your television. It's almost like television. Like social media is literally reinventing the television, broski. Like, come on.
Right?
Oh, please. Look, if you're going to do a spine buster, it better be on the level of The Rock or Batista. Or hell, even the AA spine buster that Triple H does.
So, you know why he calls it the AA spine buster? Because the guy who did it, AA himself, that shit looked like he was going to kill. I don't know if you've ever got to see them old videos. I know Chris has. But when he would pick him up back in the day, man, he would come. And Arn Anderson's a large individual. Like,
oh, yeah.
It looked like people were dying. Like,
No, hey, look, the AA spine buster that Arn Anderson gave to Undertaker at WrestleMania, I'm like, damn! That shit was clean.
Yes. Triple H will be enshrined in the Hall of Fame. Really cool story. They asked him this year who he's going to put in there. For the 5th straight year, he did not put his own name. Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker took executive action because they do have executive power there, and they inducted him and surprised him with it. So that is really cool news. Stephanie came out on a tweet and said Paul would have never done it himself. So thank you to Shawn Michaels and Undertaker for taking executive action and putting my king where he belongs. Or it was something close to that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, Triple H not being in the Hall of Fame is crazy talk. I know that, like, I would do the same thing. I wouldn't put myself in either. I just couldn't. It just wouldn't have it in me. But he deserves it as much as anybody else has ever been in that Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
that's a fact.
You were talking about Arn Anderson and his spine busters. I don't think that was his most lethal move.
Which one are you talking about? The DDT or the backbreaker?
Oh no! You ever watch that dude do a suplex?
Yes.
This some bitch. He gets him up there and holds him up there upside down for 15, 20, sometimes even 30 seconds before he carries him on over. Man, ain't no way. You ain't holding me upside down for no 30 fucking seconds. Sorry. I'd be kicking my feet or something trying to get him off balance.
Oh, hell yeah.
Terry, this guy
I was going to say.
Triple H in the Hall of Fame. Nobody else.
Yeah. I was going to say it's more than likely going to be Shawn Michaels because of just how close their relationship is.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look out, Stephanie.
So I will tell you, Ron Simmons, when he beat Big Van Vader to win that WCW World title, I remember watching that. That was a big deal. Man, the whole locker room came out. It was a big, big deal when he did it.
Yeah, that's some bullshit talk right there.
Hey, look, he's making fun of you. So, Chris, on our wrestling show a couple weeks ago,
Oh boy,
we did worst characters of the Attitude Era. And you know who James said? China.
You on that blue sheet again, ain't you?
She was one of the biggest stars. She was a great character.
Well, no, it was the fact that she said, like, hey, I deserve male wrestling money because I'm dominating the women's division. All right, bitch, move on up.
And she beat men too.
Yeah, she did. Take on
she did deserve the men's pay.
It's all
take
about
on the
money.
fucking other men. Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H. You obviously can compete with them. You compete with Jarrett.
Okay, but she beat the hell out of some of them too. She deserved the same pay that they were getting.
So this is where I'm in the middle. She absolutely did not deserve Stone Cold and The Rock pay. But she made more money than 75% of those male people there did. She was a bigger character and more to the storyline and brought more eyes and sold more merchandise. She deserved to make more money than 75% of the men because she was bringing in more money. More than Rock and Stone Cold? No, that's crazy talk. But the other 75% of people, you telling me she didn't bring in more money than beautiful Bobby Eaton? Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, like, look, if you think you deserve that man pay, then you should be taking on the faces of the Attitude Era.
She was.
The faces of the Attitude Era were The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H. I mean, Undertaker, for crying out loud. The list goes on and on. You want that man pay, you should take on those fucking guys to fucking earn it.
She was.
So it's sports entertainment. And while she was not wrestling Undertaker and Stone Cold in matches, this is true. But she was in the limelight with all the segments. And when the big matches were going on, usually involving Shawn Michaels or Triple H, she was out at ringside for the biggest matches there, making the impact in the ring, fucking nut crushing people. I think she deserved more money than she was getting because I think she was bringing in more. I think she was worth more than they were paying her. But I also agree that she wasn't doing enough to make Stone Cold money. That's crazy talk. I agree with you 100% there. So
she would get involved in mixed tag team matches and three-way mixed tag team matches with some of those guys, with The Rock and some of them guys, and she would be in the ring with those dudes. She would.
But to the point, Undertaker's not giving China the last ride.
No.
He's not hitting her for a 8-minute match. Like, women's bodies just aren't built that way. And not that she's way bigger than I was. I wouldn't fight her. But for a man the size of The Undertaker or Hulk Hogan, that's crazy. They're massive people.
Right.
Wasn't she like a former bodybuilder or something like that?
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She was a big old girl. I mean, and she was.
Yes, she was. Hey, to be on the cover of Playboy too. Woo!
Hey, she had skills in the ring. I mean, she could entertain.
And all of that happened by accident.
It did.
They met her somewhere in Texas and invited her to the hotel room. Next thing you know, she's on the WWE payroll.
I mean, she was fucking.
It was quite literally an accident when it started.
Look, she started dating Triple H, and he had star power, so he brought her on.
And then Stephanie decided to have a word with Triple H.
Look, I mean, you can't help who you fall in love with, right?
That's true.
Just like me and my wife. Like, we knew each other for years. There was never nothing. And then one day, it just was there. Like, we didn't expect it. Same way I think how that went down. I think Triple H, Stephanie McMahon is obviously a very powerful woman in the industry, and she's giving him this attention. And I'm telling you, like, he's probably like, she's good looking. She's powerful. She could escort me to ringside. I enjoy just hanging out and talking to her. Like, I'm not passing this opportunity up. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, not to mention you're on the road constantly. Well, especially when Vince was in charge.
I would actually venture to say in terms of China, there's only one other female. I mean, you can go back to Fabulous Moolah and Wendy Richter and all them, but in terms of what China was doing, there's only one other female in the history of wrestling that gets to her level, and that would be Trish Stratus.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean,
those are pretty elite people right there.
I mean, look, the way I see it, I believe during the late years of the Attitude Era and the early years of the Ruthless Aggression Era, in a way, it was essentially Trish and Lita that was basically carrying the women's division because they were putting on hella matches, man.
So I would put Lita in that conversation. I would put Alundra Blaze in that conversation because she single-handedly made people notice women's wrestling with her skills. She's the one that actually took it to the forefront. She is the pioneer. So I'm keeping Alundra Blaze in there. You know, I don't know. This isn't a wrestling show though, so let's go to the next topic.
We'll save that talk for Monday.
Top 10 coaches in college football. I want to go first here. I know I usually go last, but I want to go first. Having Dabo Swinney at 7 is crazy talk. Like he has him and Kirby Smart have the most national championships of any coach on here. He finishes the season in top 15, usually top 5 every year. He's been to 4 national championship games during his tenure. He won 2 of them, all against the GOAT. Those 2010 Alabama teams against the greatest college football coach that ever coached, Nick Saban. Beat him head-to-head on the biggest stage twice. And you're telling me he doesn't deserve to be number 1 or 2 on this list? That's fucking crazy talk, and this is coming from a Gamecock fan. That's fucking crazy talk. This is him and Kirby Smart are the best 2 college football coaches, and then you can drop everybody else, and I'm just going to call it as I see it. That is a fact. And James Franklin is better than Brian Kelly. He's better than Marcus Freeman. He's better than Dan Lanning. He's better than Kalen DeBoer, and he's damn sure better than Steve Sarkisian. Crazy talk that he's at number 9. He should be at number 3. I mean, like what he's done, the body of work that Franklin's done in his career, and you're telling me he's only number 9 under Brian fucking Kelly? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. When's the last time you heard Brian fucking Kelly in the playoffs in the same fucking sentence? But you hear it with James Franklin or right outside every fucking year. Get out of here. This shit is ass. I don't know who JD Pickle is, but this list is ass, bro. Whole ass.
I heard JD Pickle looks like that thing sitting beside James.
Hey, don't be disrespecting Pickle Rick like that.
I mean, now, Chris, this is crazy talk, right?
So I'm gonna go Kirby Smart, Dabo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with Sarkisian being there. And I have to give it context. He left USC and took over a Washington program that was pissing down its leg. And he got them to where they were competitive again. And I think he won 10 games one year. And then the next year his alcoholism got to him. He had to leave the game for a while. He came back. He took over a Texas program that wasn't really very good when he took over. And he's gotten him back into the national title discussion every year. I think he deserves that spot. But then I'm putting Franklin right below him. Dan Lanning, he's had one opportunity on the big stage, and he pissed down his leg. Marcus Freeman, I think he's fair where he's at.
Agreed.
But Brian Kelly on this list, oh my God, choking me up.
It's crazy talk.
Ooh.
No, I wouldn't, Terry. I would not put him at number 10.
Not yet.
But Brian Kelly.
If Indiana's coach does it 3 or 4 more years consecutively, then yeah, put him in this list. right now, no.
I mean, James, Brian Kelly, crazy talk.
No words. Literally no words. Like, I mean, damn. Looks like this JD Pickle dude really got his blue stuff from the actual source. Like, Amazon next day fucking delivery type shit. Kirby Smart, exactly where he's at. James Franklin or even Dabo Sweeney at the number 2 spot, I would not even be mad at that. Alabama's coach, look, he's had 2 good years, and this year was definitely not that year because you had 1 loss against ranked Tennessee, understandable, a ranked team, but then 2 more losses to unranked teams that were barely fighting for a 500 season? Man, get the fuck out of here, dude. What are you even on to even think that? Davos, Marcus Freeman, yeah, he's good where he's at. He's going to bring Notre Dame to the promised land eventually, and I wouldn't be surprised. After that Northern Illinois loss, man, something changed, and I don't know what the hell it was. Steve Sarkisian, yeah, I mean, when he took over, yeah, Texas being in, what is it? The national championship discussion constantly every year. And then on top of that, you got you recruited Arch Manning, and I guarantee you that kid was getting recruiting letters from Ole Miss or Tennessee and everybody in the freaking country just from his name alone.
I will tell you, I'm taking Dabo 1 and Kirby 2. And let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Dabo has done it more consistently longer.
Yes.
Than
Fair.
Kirby Smart has.
Fair.
Dabo Sweeney beat the GOAT head to head twice on the grandest stage of the GOAT.
Yeah.
GOAT head to head on the biggest stage of them all. Not once, but twice. That's honor him as the best coach in college football. Like, it just has to. Like, nobody.
I mean, hell, the first time that they faced off, it was a really close game and a good one at that. The second time, I think it was a total fucking ass whooping, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Clemson ran the score up on them. Matchup.
So, can I take a shot at 2 of these coaches?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ryan Day. You inherit a freaking Maserati, and you keep it at Maserati status. Does that mean you're great? Plus, when you consider the news that came out yesterday, did he really do it the clean way? Or did he have to cheat to do it? I don't know that I could put him, in the top 5 right now.
Mm-mm.
Just because of the allegations that are coming out that they've been cheating, stealing signs, and he inherited the program at what it was.
I'm pretty sure Connor Stallions is on that sideline if they're accused of sign stealing.
Oh, they fired assistant coaches yesterday for
it. Here's where I will defend. I can't see. I'm trying to load something up. What's so funny?
Terry Walker's comment. So Dabo is the Eli Manning of college football coaches since he beat the GOAT twice. That's actually a good comparison right there.
Yeah.
It's actually not. Coaching a team to a national championship game against Nick Saban and winning a team sport while managing a game is not the same thing.
Well, it's not. It's not. I'm just saying, well, I mean, like it's been put out there. Dabo beat the GOAT, Nick Saban, twice on the big stage. Same thing Eli Manning did. Different situations because Clemson was that team. And the Giants were like insane underdogs in both games, but both guys still got the job done.
All right. So
the other coach I wanted to take a shot at is Josh Heupel. So in his career as an offensive coordinator, at Missouri or at Oklahoma. His third year, his offense went backwards and got worse. They fired him. Then he goes to Missouri. His third year at Missouri, his offense took a step backwards. And somehow he landed a job at UCF that was coming off an unbeaten season. And every year at UCF, his record got worse. And he gets a job at Tennessee. Yes, they were ass when he got here, and he made them better instantly. But, as you've seen in the last 2 years, since he lost his offensive coordinator, his offenses got really bland and easy to defend, and they're losing games that they shouldn't be losing.
So, I just want to point out that he took over the National Champions program, Chris. Give Central Florida their respect.
I mean, he took it over, and then the next year, thanks to UCF, we got Joe Burrow because they were undefeated going into that game, and they sacked Joe Burrow and bloodied his mouth and got up and taunted him. And after that, Joe Burrow was a different player.
Oh, yeah. Dude buried that team.
And then in year 3 at UCF, they went 6-6. I mean, he went backwards every year.
So, a new segment. So, it's called Crazy Talk. I want to address a couple of people in the media, in our Villain Media Network, most Ohio State fans. You could say that they're stealing signs, but every team cheats in one way or another. Just like I defended Michigan, I'll defend Ohio State. I guarantee you every other program was doing it, so the shit doesn't bother me anymore. So, you said after Ryan Day lost to Michigan that they should fire him. Crazy talk. So now this guy has won the national championship, the pinnacle, the natty. As good as you can be, can't be any better than what he did right now. He is the top dog. And people are like, but he didn't beat Michigan. Motherfucker, like, I don't know what kind of crazy bastards y'all are, but beating your rival does not mean more than winning the national championship, no matter who you fucking are, and that's crazy talk.
Hey, for some teams it does.
No, that's because you are a weirdo.
No. Hey. Look, I see you sitting there, so I hope you have your eyes peeled and ears open, because whether you want to or not, let me talk to you. Michigan last year killed 2 birds with 1 stone. They beat Ohio State, and they won the national championship. And Ohio State still couldn't beat fucking Michigan when it was their best goddamn year, when Michigan practically lost everything to the NFL. They still couldn't get it done. Oh, but hey, they won the national championship. Look, sometimes beating your rival is important.
So, let me tell you.
Let me chime in on beating your rival. For a team that hadn't won a national championship in football since 1921, when they were giving away 6 national championships a year via the newspapers, I'm not in a national championship talk. But I'll tell you right now, beating Tennessee, I don't care if we go 1-11. As long as we beat Tennessee, I'm a happy motherfucker.
And that's with Tennessee favored too, right?
Crazy talk. Crazy talk.
I have no designs on the national championship, so I have to take beating my rival matters more.
Look,
no, the fuck he does not.
Stop. There's not a sane fan like Chris. You have no aspirations of ever winning a national championship, Vanderbilt. Okay, maybe you're a special case, but for programs who do have national championship aspirations and paths to get there, like if you take most normal fans, if God Himself come down and said, "Hey, Andrew, this year for South Carolina is what I'm going to do for you." South Carolina can either win the national championship or they can beat Clemson. Your choice. Which is it going to be? Like beating Clemson, I've seen that. I've seen that a lot in my life. What I haven't seen is South Carolina hoisting that trophy so I can get on and everybody and brag. I've never had that before. You feel me? Like, I've never seen that. I would rather win a national championship. And Ryan Day, people are like, well, he's not that good of a coach. He's the fucking best coach right now, according to
He is a good coach. There's no denying that.
I'm not denying he's a good coach. I'm just saying he inherited a Maserati. It's easy to coach a Maserati when you have everything handed to you.
All right, well, hey, look, let's put it this way. You beat Clemson, but you go to one of the OG6 bowl games and win. Or you beat Clemson and win the national fucking championship.
That's not the same kind of comparison.
Yes, the fuck it is. That's the only thing up until 2014 that Ohio State was actually doing.
You changed the narrative. So the question was, would you rather beat your rival or win the national championship? Not throwing a variable, you're going to win the national championship either way, so wouldn't you want to beat your rival too? That's not the same thing.
Oh, my God. No, the national championship is a different thing. If it's an OG6 bowl game or something even within shouting distance of that, it's completely different.
No, the comparison is not fair. You win either way.
They're not the same.
Beat your rival.
So now let me throw an addendum on what I said about I have no aspirations on the national championship. I will say this. If Vanderbilt can get things going in the right direction consistently, it's a fucking gold mine. With NIL money and the fastest growing city in America, they're sitting on a gold mine right there if they can ever get it going right consistently.
Fact check.
If that
is Myrtle Beach. Continue.
Fair. You get what it's one of the top 10 fastest growing cities in America. I'll fix that.
Of course.
So it's a gold mine. And if we ever got to that level where it was consistent and we started getting some of these big name players in recruiting and the portal, then my perspective might change.
So it's just crazy talk. So the point was, first of all, like, it's not the same, James. But the point is, people like James are saying Ryan Day should be fired, Chris. He won the national championship. What more do you want from the motherfucker? What more do you want?
He won a national championship. What other shit did he win? 4 years in a row. 4 years in a row. This game is arguably the biggest rivalry in college football.
So
it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
That's why I said arguably.
As a college football fan, I am 43 years old, which means I have been watching college football for 39 years that I can remember. Like, I've almost 40 years of college football in this head. Chris, even more than that. The pinnacle of your season is to win the national championship. Nothing's like it, James. Nothing is like it.
I agree.
Nothing. Not the World Series. Not the Super Bowl. Nothing compares to a college football national championship. You have no idea. I would sacrifice my Braves 2 World Series titles to have a Gamecock football national championship. That's how serious it is. I sacrifice.
I'm not denying that. Look, hell, I was on the verge of Notre Dame. I was on the verge of seeing Notre Dame kill 2 birds with 1 stone, being Fatty McButterpants' team, fucking USC, and nearly winning the national championship.
Okay, don't move on yet. I need to do some research here.
But
don't change the subject yet.
I'm not changing the subject. So I will tell you, and I know they call it the game, but USC Notre Dame, and I've been watching football for 40 years, has always been a bigger event than Ohio State, Michigan. It's only because wow. Listen to me, you weren't alive. It's only big when they're good.
No, that I will take Ohio State and Michigan over Notre Dame USC. That is fucking crazy talk right there. I will take the Iron Bowl over Notre Dame USC.
So you want to talk about recency bias? You're showing it right now.
Oh, please.
Dude, USC Notre Dame has meant more for national championships and Heisman winners and all that than any other rivalry.
USC wasn't even within shouting distance of the top 25 this year.
And that proves my point with recency bias that you're using. I mean, that just 100%.
Okay. Here's a question. Blind study.
Exactly.
If you had a coach whose average record was 11 and 1.6 every single year for 5 seasons, has been in the college football playoffs 3 of those years. Let me double check that.
All I need is a golden retriever named what's his name? Peter, Ben, one of those two.
Okay. All 5 seasons your coach has been in the college football playoffs. Okay. He goes 11-1 every single year. Are you going to fire him?
No. Is he winning a national championship one of those years?
Yeah,
Yes.
the most recent one.
Why would you fire him?
That's crazy.
11,
That's my point.
11-1 every year in the playoffs, 5 straight years, won a national championship.
So, statistically, based on how long, at least 5 years, at least how long he's been coaching, he's the winningest college football coach in the history of the game. His win average, at least 5 seasons.
His current record in 5 seasons is 70-10. No, 6 seasons is 70-10.
70-10. Broski, what are we talking about here? That's amazing. Statistically, the winningest college football coach of all time. So, who is statistically the winningest college football coach of all time based on, and he coached over 10 years based on games coached and win percentage? Who is statistically the greatest football coach of all time? Do y'all know? I know the answer. And I feel like Chris does too, but he's.
Say that again.
Statistically, based on number of seasons and winning percentage, at least 10 seasons, who is the winningest college football coach of all time?
Damn, that's a trick question. I almost want to say Mark Richt.
That is a fact, sir. He is statistically the winningest college football coach of all time. Over a course of over 10 seasons, he averaged 10 wins and 2 losses, which is the best winning
every year
of all time.
Every year.
I was going to say, I more than likely want to go to the obvious answer and say Nick Saban because he was at Alabama for quite a while. But wins were stacking
season,
up.
He went 7-6.
Okay.
Yeah, and he didn't have such. I mean, he had good seasons at Michigan State, but not great seasons like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mark Richt. That dude was a baller. And then he went to Miami, and I was like, man, he's gonna do well. Then he got real sick, and that sucks because I like him. But
oh no, I'm thinking of Schnellenberger.
And I will tell you something
that's another thing about Kirby Smart. His first year, they weren't very good, right? But what he inherited was a stable program that was going 10, 11-2 every single year, playing in the SEC championship every single year. And what he inherited was a solid program. It took him 1 season to get his personnel and players in place. And from then on, he's been at the top of the game too.
Georgia is one of those programs that recruits itself, like Alabama. But Mark Richt, man, that's crazy. Mark Richt is a fantastic coach, and I want to shout out to Steve Sarkisian, like you said earlier. So he was forced out of USC for his drinking problem. The next university took a chance on him, and the drinking problem got worse, and he had to go battle his own demons. Conquered those demons. And now has been in back-to-back Final Fours. That's what you call a recovery right there, man.
That's a fucking turnaround right there. Like, hey, good for him, man.
And that's why I have no problem with him being so high on that list of top 10 coaches.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, he is 100%. Those are hard demons to beat, especially at the high level of stress that he has to endure being the head coach of Texas, expected to win a national championship every year. So I just thought that should be applauded. We did that. So it leaves us with this. Chris, who does that?
South Carolina.
I'm gonna agree with you, but mine's a little biased. But their all black uniforms are awesome. What about you, James?
It's honestly 50-50 between South Carolina and Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State?
Like I said, it's 50-50 between those two teams. Like South Carolina does black clean, but so does Oklahoma State as well. It's double-edged sword, you know?
It's because they got Nike. That's the only reason.
And South Carolina has Under Armour, or
yeah, Under Armour.
Okay. Well, hey, both companies are good, so.
And I know Chris hates NC State, man, but NC State red helmet, black uniforms are clean, man. They really are.
I'd put them at number 2 on this list.
Yeah, I would too.
So the picture for Tennessee, don't they usually do black helmets when they do their black unis?
No.
Oh, I could have swore they did.
They've done it once.
Okay.
Black head to toe.
And that was against South Carolina when Lane Kiffin was there.
Oh, Jesus. That must have been a hell of a game.
Lane Kiffin has an affection for South Carolina.
There for a long time, Tennessee would break out smoky gray uniforms. And they were absolutely horrible in them things. I think their record for a while was 0 wins in smoky grays. It took them a long time to win their first game in smoky gray.
So South Carolina's black uniforms, and I get that I could be biased, but look, when they go all black, man, those are some fire uniforms. South Carolina, it just can't be topped. So San Diego State does they don't use red. It's more of a maroon color that they have, but those San Diego State uniforms with the maroon helmet and black uniforms are fire.
They are.
We should have put that on this list because they're definitely above Tennessee and Ohio State for me.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah. So I should have. So San Diego State does have some good black uniforms. But I was just trying to get some major. I made this, I think, 3 years ago. It's amazing how far my graphics have come.
Now, of course, black is one of our normal colors, but normally we don't go all black. Ours aren't bad, but I wouldn't put them in the top 5.
No, they're definitely not terrible. What we got here?
Hey, you'll fit in with the dude that was the best man at my wedding. He's colorblind too.
So I want to play this real quick. That is crazy. Hey, Chris, did I send you the video of the lady in the gas station?
I don't think so.
I did. I know I sent that to you. You must not have watched it. I sent it to you real late one night at like midnight or something. It's this lady in a gas station, man, and she is batshit crazy. I'll send it to you too, James. She is. I didn't want to put it up here because it's a 3-minute long video, but she's like, I am the keeper of Badoom. One of my husbands is here, and I'm going to have this baby. And the police are like, ma'am, I just want you to leave. And she was like, you can't make me. She said she was going to sue the carers of Badoom. It was crazy as hell. Yeah, I remember UCLA having those black uniforms. I really do. Did you find?
Oh yeah, those are clean. Those are clean. Woo.
You sent it to me too? No. All right.
No,
I've seen
I
it.
looked it up on Safari.
So 366, man, people watching. That is awesome. That was a really fun show. I just want to get out there. Vanderbilt is ranked in the top 25 in both basketballs, and South Carolina's men are the worst basketball team I've ever seen. But our women are going to win it all again. That's what I see. We're actually going to be next Thursday. James has agreed to host the show. And Brandon will be here with y'all that night. James, you're going to be the host. Emily and I will be at the South Carolina Georgia women's basketball game. So I'll
enjoy that shit.
Yeah, so next week live from Athens, Georgia, South Carolina, Georgia women's basketball. Like, I'm not gonna, obviously film the game. You can watch that right on TV. That'd be crazy. But I am gonna be there, and you'll get more of the environment of what we're seeing. And I'll try to talk to some people, some Georgia fans, see how they feel about the program, stuff like that. Are you watching it, Chris?
No, I just got something else I'll have to share with you later.
Okay.
Honestly, might just do a live stream of Georgia versus South Carolina.
So let me add some context right here. Andrew, me and you've had some discussions, and let's just say it's worse than we thought.
Oh, I'm sure. I see it, Terry. Yeah, they're. I remember these uniforms, the black and yellow, or the black and gold, or whatever it was, with the blue trim.
Yep.
Does UCLA still have Adidas?
They might. I'm not 100% sure.
Terry, you would know that. Does UCLA still have Adidas? No, we can do a helmet show. Like, I'm really good with taking villains in the off season, talking a little baseball, basketball, but doing like top fives like we do with Legends of the Squared Circle. Like, because those are really fun. Mm-hmm. Like, I really enjoyed them. We can do like 5 subjects and do the top 5 of each subject. I like that. I think we'll start that next week. Y'all good with that?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So I'm sending you this. Oh, I sent you the video, James. After we get off, I want you to watch it.
All right.
This is crazy.
I will say this. I was on social media today, and I saw on a lacrosse Instagram page that UNC head coach Bill Belichick is looking to recruit lacrosse players to UNC football. You thought Travis Hunter being a two-way athlete in college football alone was crazy? Nah. Being a UNC college lacrosse player and a UNC football player is about to send that through the roof.
That's crazy. I'm sure he has his reasons.
Oh yeah.
Yep, so, those are going to be good.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna dive into more into that next week. But man, tomorrow's going to be a great one.
Oh, it is. I have to close tomorrow, so I can only pop on for a little bit.
All right, no worries.
But I will pop on for some. Hopefully, Mac will be there. But let's go to our final segment.
I know that I can't take no more. It ain't no lie. I wanna see you out that door, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye. I don't wanna be a fool for you. Just another player in your game for two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
Welcome back. Final thoughts, man. It's been a great show. Chris, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. So sometimes in life you have to make hard decisions. Don't be afraid to make those hard decisions. Sometimes those hard decisions can affect a person's mental health. And if you have some mental health issues, reach out to somebody. If you have problems in your life and you just need to talk to somebody, talk to them. I just came into some information just while we were live tonight that kind of shook me to my core, and I think I made the right decision a couple days ago, and I'll just leave it at that.
All right. So you told us earlier we can find you on the Golden Broom. As we get more information, we'll pass it out to you. Baseball show, man, I love baseball. So we'll have 2 full-time baseball shows because I think the Hawkaholics are coming back and they're doing theirs as well. So very good. James, final thoughts.
Yeah, so to piggyback off that, hey, look, it's not worth taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem kind of route. Do not be afraid to reach out to somebody, all right? It's not worth a permanent solution. Other than that, Terry, Brad, huge announcement. It'll be if one of y'all want a shot at this, it is going to be a triple threat match between my boy Pickle Rick here and you guys. Winner gets a shot at this World Heavyweight Championship. Anyways, aside from that, tomorrow, be sure to check out the most undisputed or uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. We got a lot of good things we're talking about. And last but not least, Saturday. This fucking Saturday, February 1st, the Royal Rumble, one of the best pay-per-views that WWE has had going for them recently. Man, oh man, it's going to be a pay-per-view worth watching. I can't wait to see who comes in for the men and women's Royal Rumble matches. The side matches are going to be just as crazy. Live stream on Saturday. Be sure to check it out.
Excellent. You can also find me Monday nights on Legends of the Squared Circle at 8 o'clock. Wednesday nights every other week on Divine Battleground. Hopefully I'll have one of you two on with me and Brandon. It's going to be really good. You can find me every Thursday night on Villains. Friday night, No Mercy Sports. Sunday, you got Football Frame of Mind and Game Day Countdown with Mac and James. I'm not sure if it's going to go into the off season or not, but either way, really cool stuff. But with that being said, thank you guys, and I will see you next week. John 3:16.